unless you really know what I was talking about, you won't really get it. But like, I posted this clip of this dude doing like visualization training against a monster. He
Okay.
was in the training room and he was like visualizing how to kill the monster, right? And then like I wrote something like, don't discount the power of imagination, something like that. But then if you read the book How to Evolve Your Brain, one of the things he talks about is if you do this, like if you're listening to the podcast, you won't know what I'm doing, but I'm basically touching my thumb to every single finger. I'm showing to you right now, Vish, right?
Hmm.
Okay, you see this?
Yeah.
So you actually can get faster if you do it, if you think about it, and then you try it again. That
Hmm.
was one of the exercises in the book, and I did it. I was like, oh my God, I am faster. And what he was saying is that your brain can't tell the difference between practicing in reality and visualization training, but the synapses still change. The neuroplasticity of your brain is still molding to that thing,
Hmm.
right? So it's like, are we just like brains in a vat, bro? You know what I mean? Like if
Sure.
everything comes
Sure.
down to electric, like the
Yeah. Yeah.
Matrix,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
electrical
Yeah.
signals in your brain, like,
Yeah.
and then that's the superpower, bro. Like
Hmm.
just using your brain in a vat to visualize your next thing, and then you can like change your reality because reality is malleable.
Hmm.
You know, is that too like out
No. No.
there or
Our brains
like you get
are.
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. 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 The brain is their VR headset, basically.
Right? Or like no, like the body is our VR suit.
Sure. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
brain, like our consciousness is us.
Yeah.
You know, and then like everything else is like we're in a mech suit, bro.
Hmm. Hmm.
We really are
We
though.
already
Like
are. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you know what I mean? We're literally in a mech suit. Like I didn't get my blood test yet, but I was like supposed to get one every year because I told Sarah like it wasn't painful, right? So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll just do it to check. But like the clinic's been closed for
Hmm.
the holidays. So like even that concept is like you're just checking the oil.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like if you consider your body to be you, you're like, oh, it's my finger, bro. Oh, that's my hand. Whatever, whatever. But like if you disassociate from it, it's like you're just checking up on a car, bro.
Hmm.
Especially when you numb something, it's like I can't even feel it anymore. So like it's not real.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And like if you consider it like that, it's like, are you your body? No, you're not your body.
Hmm.
So what are you? You're just imagination, bro. Which is crazy, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's just you're just imagination.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you can utilize imagination or visualization, whatever you want to call it, in like everyday things.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you can self-direct a dream.
Hmm.
But like we most often people in life get co-opted by the dream. Like we think that life is projecting onto us, but it's like, no, dude, you can like literally just change life using like imagination, however you want.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I never thought I could climb that mountain. Oh, I've climbed the mountain, but like you believed in it, so you
Hmm.
just did
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
You know, like the dude 14 Peaks. You remember that documentary?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, he climbed like all the mountains in like a couple months or something. 7 months, like the fastest ever climbed. But like they're like, this is the fastest anyone's ever climbed it. But it's like he just believed he could do it, so his imagination helped him get there.
Hmm. Right.
Freaky or not freaky?
No, I think it. I mean, without this kind of imagination, I don't think we'll be living in this kind of like the world that we're living in now. You know what I mean? Like you'd have these tall buildings. Like it's someone had to have thought of these
Oh, I
things.
oh yeah, true, true, true. Everything Steve Jobs, right? It's like
Yeah.
everything that's created came from somebody's imagination.
Hmm.
But it's like that is our superpower, bro.
Yeah.
But we just don't know that
Hmm.
that's our superpower.
Hmm.
Tom DeLonge said that, which is crazy. Like he was doing an interview for Fender. I cut up that piece, and I thought it was just gonna be about his music. So I was like, oh, let me like watch this interview. And when I watched the interview, the thing he opened up with was like, what if I could tell you a spell, and then the rest of your like day would be perfect. Like you'd fall in love with the person you wanted, you like bought the car you wanted, you did all these things, and he's like, but that's quantum physics
Hmm.
and that's real. And like to me, I was like, it's imagination, bro. because like sure, quantum physics is like the mechanism of it, like like getting yourself to where you want to go. Two atoms are linked simultaneously, like what we were talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Spooky action at distance. But it's like the real trigger for all that is imagination. You have to first believe that you can get there,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
The best one of the best lessons I ever got from martial arts was brick breaking. Even though it's not real, like you guys were always like, oh, it's just physics, blah blah blah, right? And like I posted that video of like this is how you break bricks. But one of the strongest like things you build off of that is the ability to imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you see the two bricks, you're like, there's no way I'm gonna break this, bro. And you see somebody do it, and you're like, okay, it's possible. And then you just have to visualize yourself breaking the brick. But like the thing is, like as I was trying to learn this lesson from like different people who could break bricks, one guy was like, you just have to see it through, you have to like visualize it. And then there was a intellectual person who was breaking bricks, and like his mind worked very intellectually. So I was like, how is this working? And he's like, if you pause for a second, if you don't believe it's real, for a second, you're gonna pull back. You're not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
follow
Right.
through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I found that like they wouldn't break because I'm not following through.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I'm like, oh, I was gonna, oh, last second, it was not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But then, like, by practicing breaking bricks, you're like, you learn how to like overcome the doubt and then follow through in the action. It's like a small lesson and like a bigger lesson, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But like, dude, we should all learn how to break bricks, bro. Because it's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
can
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've a crazy story about that one. Not about the brick breaking, but like two moments in my life where I had to co-opt that narrative because it was like too much. So like when I went to Hong Kong for the first time, I was away from you guys, 12-hour
Mm.
difference, but I had to tell myself like, dude, you're a spy. All good. Like you're just like going through this area. You have to surveil the area. Like I gave myself that story, right? Because like my mind couldn't take it. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is total like cultural shock, right? And then the second one was yesterday getting this tattoo filled in. It was
Mm-hmm.
so goddamn painful, bro. I like okay, so like every artist has a different pressure, right? Like it's like they're like, oh, they have a heavy hand.
Right.
Okay, this guy had the heaviest hand I've ever felt, and he's like, yeah, people complain about like how painful my tattoos are, and I'm like, dog, I was bleeding. It was like so painful, right? But you know what I did? I put on freaking tribal music, and I was like, oh, I'm on a spiritual journey right now. There's like a
Yeah.
Ikaros
Right.
song for like psychedelics, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was just listening to that just over and I put like Spotify Ikaros, bro. And then it was like it was hurting, but it was like nobody died from this. Let's go. We're gonna feel this and like da 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 da
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
like but but I felt this moment where I was like, tell him to stop, bro. Just be like, you're done here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then it's like there's that narrative again, like co-opting the narrative and being
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Like,
Yeah. 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 Of course. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Bro, it's magical.
Yeah. It's
Like
yeah.
it's like actually imagine you're like, dude, I would have went home. I was like, I could feel like the fear. It was like, oh, tell him to stop. And then shut up. You're on a spiritual. You took the ayahuasca and you're going through this journey, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and he had no idea. He's just like tattooing. I was like, oh my god,
Of
dude.
course. Yeah. 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 That's the thing. It's the power of our mind.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And it's like, this is your superpower.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to this is your superpower. Like, just do it.